How's it going? I hope you were doing just as good as I'm doing today, because, man, it was actually so much more fun today than I thought it was going to be. I went in today, with minimal energy, expecting literally nothing. I am leaving town for a couple days, and it's in the middle of the program, so I figured since I'm going to restart the program when I get back anyway, and I'm going out of town for Christmas too, that I'd just do some really heavy stuff today to make up for the couple days I'm missing, and then before I go out of town, I just do a couple fun workouts that I've never done before, because if I can't do a normal program, I might as well just have some fun with some other stuff. But man, I came in with literally zero mindset. Essentially, I'm always about your confidence can take you a long way, your mindset can make you who you are, but there are always going to be times like this. It's so rare, I feel, but when it just everything lines up coincidentally in the best way, and you can put in so much effort without really even thinking about it. And I've always said overthinking stuff will make you mess up, but I've kind of figured that I'd need at least a good boat of confidence when I'm not thinking about it that much. But today proved me wrong. Physically, I kind of have to put it at a 9, but it didn't feel that way mentally, because I went in with the only sole intention of doing a comfortable heavy single on snatch and clean and jerk, just to feel it out, do something heavy to just make sure my body's primed, put in as much effort physically as I can before leaving town and having to redo the program later. And then I wanted to do, just since I did my Olympic lifts first, I knew I wasn't going to be able to hit anything crazy on my power lifts on bench and squat. So I just went up to 405 squat, 315 bench as landmarks for me to kind of base my work around. And I was just going to try to go as hard as I could without going till actual failure, because I don't like training like that. And it's insane what the body can do when all natural bias is just thrown out of the window. We're going to get into why in a second, but mentally, I feel like I have to give it 2 scores today, because I went in at a 7.5, because I was like, I'll be okay if I hit 90%. I just want to put something over my head that feels pretty good, and then I'll just try to do my mobility stretches and some general body strength stuff when I'm out of town. And I essentially PR'd everything, and it's not going to seem that way, but by the end of the workout, I think mentally I was at we can say 8.8. Not as high physically, because again, I wasn't really thinking that much today, so I can't really put it that high. But the adrenaline you get from hitting stuff you'd never think you'd even attempt on that workout, it'll take, again, the boat of confidence hitting any certain lift gives you is pretty insane. But on these, I'm not trying to be cryptic, but on this topic, so we can just jump into it, I'm trying to talk about the unpredictable nature of weightlifting. You literally cannot plan anything to go the way that you want it to. I think it's very similar to life, where the whole point, I feel at least, is to enjoy the ambiguity, the mystery of what's going to happen in your life, while just making sure you're maintaining your basic biological needs, so that you've always got something to build upon, or you feel like you've always got something left in the tank. And like I said, I went into today with zero expectation. In fact, I expected to not go that heavy at all. I expected to fail a lot sooner than I did. And on snatch, 245 went over my head, and I slowing that video down, it was a picture perfect snatch. I just couldn't hold it as hard as I wanted to, and I let it go behind me. But man, for that's my PR weight, it's the middle of a program, randomly jumped into this workout, wanted to just feel out some heavyweight. No matter how hard I failed, I just wanted to give my body the experience behind it, kind of like how people will do negative reps on power lifts just to feel that heavyweight. And I nearly got my PR on snatch. And by the way, I don't PR, it's just my estimated PR based off what I'm training percentage wise. So these are weights I have never hit before in my life. It's just what my lower percentages are based off of in the program. And so nearly got 245, And the craziest thing is, I'm sure everybody can relate, regardless if you're an Olympic lifter or not. 315 on the bar is insane. It's like a lifelong dream achievement when you're a long-term lifter. Like, it's the 315 for bench and clean and jerk, the 405 for squat, the 225 for snatch. Those are like those landmarks that get you truly into like the intermediate range of like passion in these sports, and just in general, just things you can enjoy. And I fully expected I was going to put on 295 and probably fail it. And not only was the clean pretty fucking smooth, like I didn't feel like I had all my energy used on the clean at all, but 315 I nearly landed the jerk, but the moment I dipped down, I knew like I'd snatched first, so I had zero energy left over, and I was like, well, you know, it is what it is. I pushed it forward because I had no more drive in my legs and my core was shot. But man, the lockout was there, my feet were planted. Just seeing how close that was, it just gave me so much not relief, because I'm confident in my programming, but it gives you that sense of like accomplishment where you're like, man, what I'm doing is really working, at least for now. So I guess what my whole point of this kind of shit is I'm not trying to just boast my accomplishments and show off of like how great I'm doing. It's the fact that when you accept the, like I said with life, the ambiguity or the unpredictable nature behind your lifting career and literally anything in your life, it becomes so much more natural to progress without expecting as much as you're going to receive. Because again, I've said this so many times, when you put expectations on anything in your life, you're going to end up either underperforming or forcing yourself to underperform by having a lower expectation than you should have. Or at least I think people should have zero expectation and 100% hope. You know, you're never banking on anything to go through, but you're always hoping for the best for yourself. And I think that's a really great way to live. And so I went into it and I was like, I'm not even going to think about it. I put 225 on the bar, felt fine on snatch, and I was like, all right, great, 245, why not? I'm not going to just go to 235 and then 245. I know I got 235. So I was like, I'm just going to put it on there. You know, I want to feel the heavy shit. And same thing on clean and jerk. I got 295 and I'm like, I'm not going to go to 305. I'm just jumping straight there. The whole point was not to hit new numbers or test my strength. It was just a matter of feeling those super heavy weights, because I'm going to have to take some time off from the program. And man, when you just accept the situation you got and you just move on and like just try your best with, it's not the workout I wanted to do, and I certainly wasn't prepared for it, but I was like, whatever, I'm putting in my best effort, and why not? Let's just stop thinking about the numbers for a second. Why not enjoy myself? I got the homies around, people are hyping me up, and I don't even feel hyped. You know, it's so fun to get that adrenaline and that support from others when you just don't even, like, you feel like it's a very lax experience you're going through. But again, like, it's so important to embrace the stuff, whether you're on a program or not, because like for my case, I'm normally on a program where I try to add 5 pounds at a time, but when I get to that peak week, I truly feel like I deserved the set volume that I'm working with, not PRs per se, like not lifetime PRs or anything, but just it's a PR in the sense of the set volume that I'm doing. Like, I'll do 5 sets of 2 at 90% on my power lifts and 4 singles at 95 on my Olympic lifts, to make sure that I'm not going too heavy too fast so that I don't get injured along the way in the long term. But also, like, when you really feel like you put in the effort for those numbers, they become so easy to do. Like, genuinely, like, it's nerve-wracking to do, but it's not nerve-wracking in the sense that you don't believe in yourself. It's nerve-wracking by how exciting it is that I put in the 6 weeks of hard labor and effort just to get to the point where I can finally see how good it progressed into my training. And again, normally I see this in my programming, and I not expect it. I'm always hoping for the best, but I get a sense of confidence unlike any other that I'm going to succeed because of my commitment to it. And so today I was like, you know, I've committed to my program, and I've always been strict on not going too heavy so that I can keep my body safe. Today is the one day where I'm not going to go for a weight that I don't think I can do. I'm just going to go for a weight that I might fail it, but it's going to be like a comfortable fail, you know? I've said this so many times, like going till absolute failure is for people who want to bodybuild, and you should be doing like 50% of your maxes or less. You know, you don't need to be going super fucking heavy all the time when you're bodybuilding. You just need that hypertrophy to make your muscles more sharp. But with me, I strength train, you know? I care about my numbers, but I more importantly care about my body. And so I was like, I'm going to hit some comfortable failures today. And I hope the experience progresses enough to where in a couple of days when I come back, after continuing my body work, my body weight work and my mobility stretching, I'll be right where I left off. And man, I wasn't able to put in a full week's worth of a part of program that I would like to before going out of town, but I was able to put in maximum effort. And I know for a fact, even if my mentality wasn't as maximum as I thought it was going to be, man, I truly thought that I put in everything I had. You know, it was super. And again, this isn't me telling you to go say fuck it and do a max out day. You need to have a desire or like an actual reasoning behind what you're lifting that day. It can't just be this guy I saw winning PR and he didn't even try and he was just like doing it for fun because he's going out of town. No, I had a reason, as in I couldn't get through the whole week's worth of workouts that I wanted to in one day. So I thought, what is the effort that I can put in a single workout that will make it to where a couple days missed is not going to hurt me? And so I said, okay, comfortable, heavy weight, as heavy as I can go to the point of I'm not failing or fucking up my body. You know, I honestly, like, I was going to be extremely happy with just hitting 95% on my Olympic lifts. And I was never planning on going heavy on my power lifts. I was just going to do burnout sets because I was like, why not? I'll just do something different. And accepting just having fun and like putting in the maximum effort in the only way that I could in that moment was by doing a full workout of all my passion lifts that I care about strength-wise at once, but to the point of where my body stays in perfect intact. Like I'm tired now, but like there's no injuries. I'm the most minimal risk of injury I can have, and I'm just enjoying myself. You know, I more than needing to hit those heavy numbers to think that I proved to myself that I could take those couple of days off. I needed to know that I put in the maximum effort while appreciating and enjoying the work that I put in that day. You know, it didn't matter if I hit 105% or 80%. It mattered that I hit the weights that felt the most intense as I could. You know, it's truly endearing. You know, it makes me extremely grateful to the effort that I've put in, because there have been times where I sit there and I'm like, man, all these people aren't on programs and they're having fun. I know a program's always going to be better, at least for me. It makes me more efficient. But sometimes I think like, man, should I just stop going by percentages and just go in and do however heavy I can do comfortably and just work that way? Because, you know, in a way it's fun because you don't know what you're going to hit. But most of the time when you do that, it's always going to be underwhelming because you can't always lift maximally. It's going to be very rare that you can actually do 100% of what you got. You know, it's kind of like how people barely use half of their brain's power. You know, it's not possible. So I did my thing. I accepted it. I had fun, you know, and there was just no expectations. I was just like, that felt good. Add on the next plate. Just threw it like I threw any other weight. And man, it's not proof to me that I need, but it's proof to me that keeps the passion running. Because I'm always going to be 100% confident in what I'm doing, and I'm always going to have reason and desire behind what I'm working towards. But man, when you really see that stuff come to fruition and you aren't even trying, like, good Lord, those were weights that I was not even near a month and a half ago, maybe more, like a month and a half, 2 months ago. And now, like, if I had done a proper program all the way through and hit those weights when I was supposed to on their own days, oh my, like 315 probably would have been easy. And that is terrifyingly exciting. It's again, the short-term obsessions are what keep your long-term passions moving. So in that moment, I was sitting there and I'm like, man, I don't know if this is going to go, but there's no point in thinking about it. I've committed. This is what I'm doing for today. If I can't even pull this thing over my hips, whatever. Maximum effort. We're going to just go for it. And again, not maximum effort to the point of I'm putting my body on the line because I want to hit these numbers. Maximum effort to the point of you're putting up numbers that your body's legitimately able to hold, And man, when you got people supporting you in the background and you just got all the confidence in the world in your programming, you're just enjoying yourself, it's crazy what just feeling it out can do for you. I tell people all the time, there's no trick to my programming. I don't recover super fast because I'm on drugs or because I don't take any, obviously, I wouldn't do that. But there's no special thing I do. It's just a matter of trial and error. And the real trick to it that people really don't like doing, that I think is necessary for the most success that you can get in weightlifting, is by literally just taking the weight down. If you put the weight down 10 pounds, I recommend 15, 20. But if you put the weight 10 pounds on a program that you are not confident in, I guarantee you do that program one way through, all the way through, commit to it. Even if you think the weights are going to be too easy, kill that first program. Really destroy it. Go to town on how well you did with it. And when you get through that first program and you give your body the time to get used to the conditioning that it takes to understand physically how those reps and sets are going to affect you and how often going in the week is going to affect you, that will make it so much more successful when you add on the new weight in the later months or the later cycles that you do these programs on, because your body actually got the time to acclimate to it. Everybody's trying to rush and get their bodies to their peak physical strength in their early 20s. And I'm like, I expect to be gaining strength through my 40s. Sometimes I say, because again, I don't like to overhype it. I want to be a little realistic about it. And I think I can gain strength at least through my 30s. But man, I got people telling me all the time, I got all these people that I trust with their knowledge and I trust with their support more than that. And they're all like, you're going to go through your 40s, maybe till you're 50 gaining strength. You're doing everything you're supposed to. And I'm like, that support and the results that you see when you have an uncertain workout, it will show you how well you are following your own path. Especially when the workouts that you don't want to do happen, if you're following everything to the way that you're supposed to, taking care of your body first and just enjoying it and making sure you're putting in as much effort as you got that day, those random workouts that you didn't mean to do or it wasn't what you wanted to do, they can be your best. And even if they're not, the effort that you put into it can be something totally different than you've ever experienced before. So, a little bit of a tangent. It's so fun to see 3 plates on the bar. I've never done that before. And I just didn't think about it. I was like, this is supposed to be a lifetime achievement, but fuck it. Let's just see how it feels. And regardless of the fail, I feel amazing. It's so nice to see how on point my program appears to be when I just literally went in just to have fun and no expectations. And again, with life, same thing with weightlifting, at least in the way that I see it. Don't think about it too much. Enjoy the ambiguity of it. It's supposed to be fun because it's a mystery that you don't know where you're going to end up. People are so stressed that they're not going to get successful one day because they don't know what they're doing with their lives. That's the whole fucking point. You get that success by throwing your expectations away and enjoying the things that you get in your daily life along the way. I'm already extremely happy with my life. Not saying I want to, but literally I could die tomorrow and I'm chilling. I did everything right in my opinion. In my own personal life, I believe I did it all correctly. So if I'm out tomorrow, everybody's going to be sad as fuck, but they're going to be sad because I did it right, at least to my own extent and my own principles. But take that with a grain of salt. Everybody's got to live the way that they enjoy and, experience these things to truly understand them. But hopefully anything that I say, you might be able to latch on to and, have a little bit better of a mindset about these things. So who knows what I'm eating tonight. I got 8 hours to drive tomorrow, so unfortunately you will not be hearing from me, but you know I'm going to eat. So regardless of what happens, you know I'll be full, you know I'll be happy, and enjoy yourselves. Don't think too hard on it. That's all I got. Bye.